everyone, welcome back to Sharon Cullen Art. I just wanted to update you on my building vlog, and the house hasn't changed a whole lot since you saw it last. Just more doors going up, more staining going on, tons of boxes as you can see, and that's been about it. We had boxes in the basement and I couldn't carry them up. So Pat loaded them through our walkout and then around and then into the house to the appropriate rooms. So now I can finally unpack some more of my boxes. I didn't have shelves in my closet before either. So now I have shelves in my closets and it makes it really nice. I mean, at least I can unpack. So I've got all my stuff put away in here. And I'm sure there's going to be more. And this little guy's crying because he knows where the dog biscuits sit. And they sit right here. So I'm going to get him one. But anyway, today I am doing a bit of filming on... There you go, baby. So today I'm doing a bit of filming on the progress for my art studio, which is going in. They cut trees down a couple weeks ago, and I totally forgot to even film any of it. And today they have brought in some dirt because our front yard has a septic field and they can't go around the back because we have concrete that'll break under the weight of their equipment. They have to come through our front yard. These windows are dirty and glary. They have to come through our front yard, like down through there and then up along this edge and behind here and then around all the way to the back. Over on the side of the walkout of our basement is where the art studio will go in. We have decided it will be 18 by 24. It's going to have 2 doors on the front and the back so that I get good airflow north and south, and then I'll have windows along the sides and one in front. And then on the back half of the, not even half, the back third of the studio, I'm going to have a loft so I can store everything that I'm not using. Mostly like yarn, because I'm a knitter also, and like jewelry supplies, gemstones, metals, stuff like that that I haven't been using lately, but I haven't sold or gotten rid of. So that's how that's going to work. We're going to put skylights in the roof so that I get some more natural light in. And there will be a front porch so that I can put a rocker on my porch. And also, what else did they say? They're going to build it up a couple blocks so that they can raise the roof line and make my ceilings higher. And they should be breaking ground. Well, they've already broke ground, but they should be doing the excavating. I thought they were going to get it all done this week, but now our 92-year-old excavator took over. And when he does that, the progress slows down. So I told Pat, if this slows down, we're going to have to tell him, hey, look, you need to get your son in here. We got to have this done because we can't wait till frost, you know? So that's what's happening right now. On the front porch, there's going to be pine pillars, and that should make it look more woodsy. And I think the railing going along the front of the deck or the porch will also be done with pine. So it'll be that unfinished, or it's finished, but you know what I mean, like the whole trunk, whatever. Anyway, that's what we're working on. We're hoping that over the next month, everything will be completed and they'll start working on the inside. Pat's going to do the wiring, and then they're going to do the actual drywall and mudding, and then I'll hire a painter to come in and paint the whole thing, and then I'm ready to go and I can move in. I'm hoping that by my birthday, which would be really, really awesome, I could move into my art studio. My birthday's November 9th, so that's what I'm aiming for. But it's already September, so I don't know how fast the wheels of progress will work. And Pat still has about 14 14 or 15 weeks of work left before he retires. So 107 days as of today. It'll be less by the time this gets posted in another week or two. So, okay. Working on the excavating today. It looks like they took some more trees out. Maybe not. Just looks different because it's level there now. And it wasn't before. We had a big valley there before, which was very pretty, but the wheels of progress keep changing. Looks like he's leaving. He's going to get another load of dirt. All in the sign of progress. The bulldozer's going to take out my little bitty maple tree right over here. I love my maples. There it goes. Oh, there it goes. Oh. He better miss my other one. Yeah, he's going to miss my other one. I got plenty of oak trees, but I like my maples, and he just killed it. He just killed it. Oh! He also knocked down that little dead pine tree that I had painted a couple weeks ago. I guess I'm glad I painted it when I did. And he's headed over to clear the ground for my art studio right now. Now they're going in with the bulldozer and starting to dig and level the ground. Well, they just finished dumping the second load of dirt. At least that's the second load that I know of. I was gone all morning shopping, so he's starting to level out the area because it was a hill, and he's getting it ready so we can put the foundation for my art studio in. And that's where it'll go. It's pretty exciting to see this getting done. So it looks like they're getting the bulldozer. I hear it coming. And he's probably gonna take unstick the truck with the bulldozer. Oh, maybe not. I don't know what he's doing. Yep, here he comes. He's coming with the bulldozer around the corner here. He'll be here in a second. So he's coming with the bulldozer so that he can hit his truck on the stick. Let's see, now his dad, Harry, is in the big truck. Sorry, here, hang on a second. His dad Harry's in the big truck, and you can see how sunk it is. And his son Tom is coming with a bulldozer, and I think he's going to try to scoop it up and push it on Harry goes. He needed his dad to come down the block. There he goes. Perfect. So he got it unstuck. Now he can level that dirt out. He's going to have to run over it a few times to pack it down. It's interesting to watch all this happening. It looks like his dumper is stuck. He keeps banging on it and it won't dump. So he's having some trouble. No, you can't go out right now, baby. I'm afraid he'll get under a bulldozer and get squished. This really looks so different to me. I'm going to show you a close-up of what they've gotten done. The dirt is kind of mushy, and it's very bumpy. This used to be my front yard, and it will be again. Next year we'll do landscaping. You coming with me, mister? Nope, he's on search for chipmunks. So And this is the outside of our house. I don't know if any of you have ever seen it, but that's what the outside looks like. But here we go. This is over where my art studio will be. They took out one of my maple trees, but at least I've got this one still, so I'm happy about that. And there's another one over there. They'll grow back. And this is the walkout on the edge of my basement. That's all. They're gonna be doing tiering over here, and we'll have a pad put out, and then we're gonna have our hot tub up on a deck. I think we're just gonna do a deck out there, but we need to tier that off. You can see where the black tar has been. All of this has to be built back up, and then they're gonna do stepping tiers, and I'll have plants in there and everything. So when I come out, I can either come out off of my back deck over to my art studio, or I'll be able to come from the walkout, and we're gonna have a path going right between these trees over here, and then over to my studio entrance, which will be right here. So, but, so this is where the art studio will be. Now, none of this, he just put the dirt in, and he's not sure where we're gonna put grade. I think we're about there, but that will be the front of my studio up here where this deep sand is. Obviously, it's not gonna drop off like that. We'll fix it all up once they're all done. And then it'll go back. You can see the markers. I'm not sure if you can see, there's a marker, that little orange marker right there that you can see right there. Then there's another one right in front of Diesel right there. So that is, I believe, 24 feet. So it'll go from there up to there. And then it'll come across 18 feet. And the 18 feet comes to right about where I'm standing. Now tomorrow, he said he's going to be bringing back something called I don't know, it's like a rolling pin. One of those things to tamp the ground down. It vibrates and it rolls. So they're going to smooth out my driveway because they made a big mess in my driveway. I thought we were done with it. Over there. I had some stumps that needed to be removed, and when they removed them, it ended up tearing up the driveway. So then they brought in more shale, and then they put gravel over the top of that. Then they had to bring in all this topsoil here, and then sand back where they're doing the building. But this is all deep, and I've been running over it with my side-by-side here, my Polaris, back and forth and back and forth. My UPS man wouldn't even come down here with my Amazon delivery today. So that was all hard packed before, and now it's not again. Right, up here on the driveway, they made it super wide. I mean, it is probably almost half again as wide as it was before. So we can almost fit 2 cars side by side on here. And this drop off over here used to be level with the ground. It's hard to get the perspective on video, but it drops about 4 or 5 feet. And then this area here goes over to where my husband keeps a bunch of storage stuff. That's going to be our garden next year. We're going to put a garden in, hopefully next year. We'll have to take out some trees for more light, but this used to be a volleyball court back in the day when we first bought the property, when all we owned was the barn and we had a trailer on it. We used to have big pig roasts and volleyball games and all sorts of stuff going on here, but we're much older now. So anyway, this is the driveway and how wide it got. When they widened it out, they did put some shale along the side to keep the banks up. It'll be a lot easier for us to get our fifth wheel in and out now. A lot easier. We took a tree out over here and they got rid of that stump. But now the problem is here with all of this shale and stuff, it is so bumpy. So I told the guys, I said, my girlfriend just brought me back home and she said, boy, Sharon, your driveway sucks. And they laughed. And I said, well, I'm hoping maybe it can get smoothed out. He goes, oh yeah, when we smooth out the studio area, then we will smooth out the driveway too with this machine. And I said, awesome. So hopefully tomorrow I will have a smooth driveway again. You can see when I go at any normal speed how jostly it is. I mean, it is so bumpy. I can't drive my Sky on this driveway right now because it's just too bumpy. And my Sky will bottom out. And that's my Sky over there. You can see how much clearance I have with that car. That's my little car. And there's only like 5 inches of clearance. And so I can't drive it on my driveway very well. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, so that's where we're at so far, peeps. Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you what they got done over here for my art studio and tell you a little bit about what's been going on. Excuse me for being out of breath. My asthma's been flaring lately. I went over to the lumber place and spoke to them to pick out my siding and to pick out my roof and all of those. I was going to go with this cement board siding, but I changed my mind on that because I found out that there's upkeep required and you have to stain it periodically. And this siding is all cedar, but it is very red, and I found a siding in one brand that would match fairly closely, but it doesn't look as realistic as I wanted it to cedar shakes, which is what I'm going for. So I decided that I wanted to go with this other one, and the colors I'm choosing, well, I'll show them to you in a minute, but let me turn this around and I'll show you what we're doing over here. So they laid the forms down today, and like I said earlier, and what they're doing here is they decided to add foam to the floor. So because I'm going to have a concrete floor, they decided to put 2-inch foam down, and this 2-inch foam will help insulate so that my floor won't be as cold in the winter, which is really good. So anyway, this is the size of the actual studio, 18 by 24, which is a pretty good size. Now the back 12 feet of this, and I think I may go 10 feet rather than 12 feet, but up to about here is going to be loft space up above. So I'm going to have, at first my husband wanted to do this barn style roof, you know, I forget what they call it. It's just slipped my mind. It comes out like this, goes down and then down again. And we're going to just do a traditional peaked roof. And I'm going to go by, get an 8 by 12 spread truss rather than an attic truss. So I'll have a little more space above for storage and a little taller, up to about 6.5 feet over my head for storage in the loft area. And then I'll have the ceiling underneath so I can still use this back half, which would probably be more like a living kind of space, maybe where I'll film. And then up front, over here, will be the front doors. I'm going to have French doors on the front and on the back. And they are 72 inches wide total. So, and regular 80-inch doors, so tall. So I will have that on the front, and then the porch will be 4 feet deep. And it'll have a peaked overhang. So I will have like loft space up above there for storage as well as in the back. Then in the center here, where I'll be using most of my space for studio, they're going to do hand framing, meaning no trusses. and they will hand frame that area so that I get a traditional cathedral ceiling look, and I will have skylights on both sides. And then that pretty much brings you up to speed. Then I have windows. I have 4 windows, and I can either put all 4 of them like on either side. My husband was thinking about putting a window off the front of the porch area along with the doors, but that might be too much, and then putting the other windows in the back. So I'm not sure, or on the sides I meant, but we'll make those decisions over the next couple days, order the trusses, order my siding and roof, and it should all be delivered within about a week. So they want to get this concrete poured, but with this strange weather that has come through, right now we're at about 73 degrees. It's like in the upper 80s down in southern Michigan, but up where I'm at by the lake, it's in the low 70s. Humidity's high, and we have a 90% chance of rain for the next 3 days. So the chances of getting concrete poured over the next 3 days is pretty slim to nothing. He's got another job to do down the road this way behind me, about 3 miles over to a campground. He said is a pretty big concrete job that he wants to get done first, and then he's going to come over to do my concrete. So it may not get done till next week. I don't know, but I'm hopeful that it'll get done by the end of this week. If they could do it on Friday, that would be awesome. He said that they were going to do this other job tomorrow, but with a 90% chance of rain, I don't know how he's going to do that. Probably have a path going through from my walkout up this slope, probably with like stepping stones or gravel or something coming through and across to the front to get into my studio. And I can enter and exit through our walkout here. I really miss my hot tub. I really miss it. Hopefully I'll have more to update you on, and you can see exactly what's going on later in the week. Talk to y'all soon.